Okay, we're back on Passover week. And the question is, why did Jesus have to die? Well, it goes back to the Garden of Eden. You remember God created Adam and Eve, and he gave them a perfect garden. And he said they could have anything in the garden they wanted, except they couldn't eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Yet Eve and Adam succumbed to the serpent, who was Satan, and they ate the fruit, and they disobeyed God. And they took fig leaves of all things to cover themselves because they realized they were naked and they had done wrong, and they hid from God. Well, God was compassionate upon them, and he took an animal and he sacrificed it, and he took the skins and made a covering for them. And that was the first sacrifice that I recall recorded in the scripture. Fast forward that to the Passover, and between the Garden of Eden and the Passover, there were at least annual sacrifices that people had to make to get redemption of their sin. And God had a plan from the time they sinned in the Garden of Eden to the Passover to supply a perfect sacrifice. It would be the final sacrifice that would ever be required to cover the sins of mankind. And that perfect sacrifice was the Lamb of God, and that was Jesus. And so you see, during Passover, he went through the celebration that God had asked them to celebrate their escape from slavery in Egypt, and to the time where he suffered a cruel, horrible death, and he shed his blood for you and for me. And so the gospel says that if you believe that you're a sinner and have offended God through your disobedience, believe that Jesus is God's Son and he gave his life for you, and confess your sin and ask Jesus to save you, he'll do it. So I invite you to do that today and become a child of God, and we'll have a home in heaven together.